Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Bri and I'm the owner and artist at Upcycled by Bri. I love to go thrifting and junking, then I take those items and I turn them into beautiful upcycled home decor. Today I'm going to be doing some fall flips for you. I know we've got a couple of weeks yet, but I do own a couple of booths here in Topeka, Kansas, as well as my online store, and it's totally time for me to start creating fall items. If you want to check out any of the paint and products I'm using today or any of my flips, you can find them all over on my website, upcycledbybri.com, but I will be sure to leave all of that in the description box below for you. We've got quite a few projects. Let's get going.
Look at this basket. Usually when they have these tall, gorgeous baskets there, they use them for display reasons, but I'm assuming since this one is a little smaller at the top, they decided not to keep it. The floral has got to go, and that will automatically update the look of this. I've learned my lesson about pulling this floral out on camera though, y'all. I am not gonna do it today. Not today. And then inside it looks like it's stuffed with a ton of just newspaper and maybe a couple treasures. $6.95, 70, 40, 21. So I paid about $5 for this basket.
As I started taking this floral out, I realized that it was actually super cute and very CottageCore. Now I'm going to separate it out and save it for later. Also, I always have to look at old newspaper ads. So pretty. I'm going to wash this floral because it was super dusty. A little Dawn dish soap in the kitchen. I rinsed everything off and then set them all in front of a fan to dry. Ew. I also sprayed the basket out with compressed air using my air compressor down in the garage, and what an improvement. I love the simplistic look with just a couple of sprigs of greenery. Now let's go use those flowers. I'm just trimming down some of these florals and arranging them in some of these clear glass mugs I found out by the curb the other day. Fun fact for y'all, orange used to be my favorite color. I've loved orange for a very long time. I'm excited to use it in kind of this muted tone this fall, combined with some sage green and light blue. You'll be able to find all of these items in my current thrift haul collection and also in the brand new collection called Fall at the Cottage.
This was actually the very last find of the day. I saw it on the ground and it had some floral in it that was not very great, but it was like I saw it and there was a lady across the way and she saw it and I saw it. I just beelined it. Y'all, I have no shame. I'm not gonna knock somebody out of the way, but we're all there to shop and I'm a really fast walker. I'm not sure. I think this is the factory paint job. I was wondering if somebody came back in and painted it afterwards, but I think this is probably how they bought it in the store. Just a reproduction, I'm about 100% sure. And it looks like there's some flocking down in the bottom of it, so somebody probably used it around Christmas time. Dude, I want to find an authentic olive bucket someday. For now, this is gonna have to work. This is gonna be super cute for fall. It was $5, so I ended up paying about $3.50 for it after my discount. Really good deal.
And just as a reminder, I keep speaking about a discount. That's the discount I receive for being a vendor at the antique mall, because the antique mall and the thrift store have the same owners. So I receive 30% off anytime I shop.
You guys, look at this chair. How stinking cute. Little handmade primitive chair. You know, the DIYer in me is like, I could cut this apart, I could make this into a cool board, then I'd have a separate store. I'm not gonna do it though, y'all. This is too special. So $7.95, this would make an adorable porch sitter. A little pumpkin or some mums for the fall. You could set it by a Christmas tree at Christmas time with a pretty poinsettia on it. possibilities are endless, and this little chair I think is just small enough to ship. So I'm gonna clean it up, stage it up, decide if I want to keep it, and if not, I will have it listed on my site.
I gave the piece a good wipe down with a damp cloth. It really wasn't very dirty, but I did want to use some Sweet Pickins hemp oil to bring this dry wood back to life. I have a little bit poured out here in a separate container, and I'm just applying it liberally with a dry paper towel. I'll let it sit for about 15 minutes, come back and wipe back any excess.
Pair of owls. They were 35 cents each. They are not old. Looks like they came from the dollar store. So these will get a cute little paint job and we'll get them all ready for fall.
I'm starting by removing all of the old stickers carefully with a razor scraper, and now we are going to move on to the painting. So no prep here. These were clean enough. We're going to go straight in with some cake batter, Prairie Grey, and Cowgirl Coral. I'm starting off with DIY clear wax. Now you'll notice as soon as I apply this wax, the paint becomes darker, and that is perfectly normal. This is a clay-based paint, so think about it kind of like dirt. Dirt is lighter. When it gets wet, it turns into mud, which is darker. So same concept here. Now as this wax dries, the paint will lighten back up. So you'll see a finished product somewhere in between the wet and dry paint. So clear wax on first, and then I'm going to use a smaller chip brush and go in with some dark wax. That clear wax is going to act as a little bit of a buffer. That way, when I put on this dark wax, it isn't going to be quite as intense. You can also use the clear wax as an eraser. So if I got too much dark wax on here, I just grab that clear wax brush, go right over it, and it will take away any mistakes I may have made. Now I'm focusing on really working that dark wax down into all the nooks and crannies, and then I'm going to use a paper towel and lightly wipe off those raised surfaces. I decided I wanted a little of that orange beak to peek through, so I had to actually use my fingernail and scrape that paint off. If you're worried about your wax pulling up your paint, that's not an issue here. The only time I've had that happen is when I do not let my paint dry all the way and I go right back in with the wax. So I let these little owls sit and dry for a good 30 minutes before I came back to wax them. For the yellow fox, I am going to be using DIY Decrepit Dust in dark and the brand new making powder in bright side. These powders are going to give you an amazing antiqued finish with just a little bit of a different application. So I applied clear wax to this entire fox, and now I'm just using a regular old brush, dipping it in my powders and giving this a dusting. And you can see it's giving it that great antique look, but it's not as harsh as the dark wax. I found these little fox at the Dollar Tree, so they weren't technically part of my thrift haul, but I knew they'd be perfect for fall, so I went ahead and used them. And here's a side-by-side of the dark wax compared to the Decrepit dust with the mixed in making powder. You can definitely tell a difference. Which one's your favorite look? Drop me a comment below. Now, if you're thinking Cowgirl Coral is a summer color, not a fall color, I agree. But you add in this dark wax and it becomes a beautiful cottagey fall color. Now on this fox, I applied clear wax first and I'm going in with the dark wax. You can see here how easy it is for me to rub it back, remove any of that dark wax I don't want. And you can see the difference from unwaxed and waxed. Now on this second fox, I did not do any clear wax. I'm going straight over that clay paint with the dark wax. You'll notice it's sticking a lot more. You're getting a much more darker effect. And when I go to wipe it back, I do have to wipe a little bit harder, and that dark wax really sticks anywhere it wants, not just down in those crevices. So as I said before, you can use that clear wax as a bit of a barrier and also a bit of an eraser if you think you got too much dark wax on your piece. The fox on the left had no clear wax. The fox on the right got the clear wax first. Can you tell the difference? These last two are painted with DIY Prairie Grey, and then I'm going to go in, dry brush on some dark wax, and hit them with a little bit of the Golden Rule, which is the brand new golden wax from DIY. I apparently forgot to paint the bottoms of these two, but don't worry, I went back in and did it. Now, the making powders and Golden Rule have been on pre-order, but exciting news, they will be here Thursday, and I will be shipping them out ASAP. So if you have pre-ordered them, expect them to be coming your way very soon. If you have been thinking about ordering them, now is the time, because they are on the way. I'm using a very light hand and barely any wax, and you can see what a beautiful sheen it's giving this little fox. It's hitting all those raised pieces and making this little fox look super high end. It's really hard for me to choose. Which color is your favorite? I think I'm gonna have to go with the Prairie Grey in gold wax. And we are on to the last box. This wasn't the hugest haul I've ever done, but I got some big items for sure. There's another little basket, sucker for baskets. Y'all know this one has a lid. You can keep stuff in it. And on the front, it says F&M. Is that something? Or did somebody do that? I don't know. Oh, you could even lock this basket. Nice. Get about $1.40 for it. After looking up this brand, Fortnum and Mason, I could not believe the prices on eBay. It looks like these are shipping mostly from the United Kingdom, so what a treasure to find. I'm not going to list it that high. It will be $16.95 over on my site in great condition and ready for a fall picnic. So last week I did a little sneak peek of my thrifting adventure, and y'all probably saw these. Leave me a comment below. Did you think I was going to come home with them? Or did you know I was going to come home with them? Look how sleepy she is. I don't know why. He's wide awake, she's super sleepy. Kissing angel mice, how adorable. Ah. These were made in 81. LJB 81, and they do have some crazing throughout them, a little bit of natural wear and tear, but they are in good vintage condition, no major cracks, and I will sell them as a set on my site for $9.95. I paid $1.75 for them. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I cannot wait to start bringing in more fall and then even more Christmas pretty soon. Now, the rest of the week, I'm going to be going to my booths. I'm going to be working hard on pulling out all of that summer decor, freshening things up, and adding in some fall. So I'm going to bring y'all along with me. That will be Thursday's video. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to all. That way you don't miss any Upcycles by Bri. Until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye, friends.
Big items for sure. My car still felt very full. And there was a lady across the way. Is that a gray hair? Oh my gosh, y'all. So there was a lady. What's F&M? RSM. PF. F&M, I think. I think it's F&M. Is that something? Or did somebody do that? I don't know.